Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to share some purchases that I made in last year that didn't work out the way that I wish that they would. I think it's safe to say that this last year had led to a lot of stress shopping for a lot of us, and I think that times of uncertainty or even just boredom can really trigger our wanting to shop because it's like a coping mechanism and it makes us feel a little bit better when we can't control what's happening around us. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to that and if that has been your experience over the last year. I think that even if our goal is to have an intentional wardrobe where we shop more mindfully, that doesn't mean that we're not going to have any mistake purchases. Here in my channel, I always like to talk about the fact that building a wardrobe is a slow and steady process and that there's going to be some mistakes along the way. And I think the trick is just to learn from our mistakes and move on instead of feeling guilty and keep beating ourselves up about it. So in today's video, I just want to share some mistake purchases that I made in the last year and just what I can learn from that, and hopefully it will be of some value to you guys as well. So the first purchase that I regret from last year was these Everlane wide leg pants that I bought. For a big chunk of last year, I was chasing this idea of finding the perfect pair of wide leg pants. First, I tried a second-hand pair of Everlane pants that were the wrong size. So then at the end of last year, I finally found the right size that I needed on Nordstrom Rack, and they had this green color and a black pair, and so I was so infatuated with the idea of wanting to have these pants, and also I think I had a little bit of that scarcity mindset, like, oh, I should just get both colors just because then I'll have more. And so I ended up buying the green and the black, and I think that was the wrong choice. I still haven't worn these black ones yet at all, and I really don't like the place I was at mentally when I decided to buy both of these, and now they're just kind of hanging in my closet and staring at me and saying, why aren't you wearing me? Anyways, I'm gonna keep hanging on to them and just see if I end up wearing them in this fall and winter, and if not, then I just need to let them go. So the lesson here that I learned is that it's never a good idea to like chase after something so hard and think that it's gonna be perfect and that it's gonna fulfill all your dreams, because clothes just will not do that for you. They're just clothes. And just to not let clothes consume me in this way, because then I'll end up making more mistake purchases, and that's not what I want to do. My next mistake purchase was this pair of skinny jeans from Old Navy. For the majority of last year, I was working on updating my home clothes, and I was really wanting to find a pair of stretchy straight leg jeans that I could wear at home, but I couldn't really find that stretchy straight leg pant of my dreams that I was imagining. And then I was at Old Navy one day buying some clothes for my kids, and I just saw this pair of skinny jeans and they were the right color that I wanted, so I thought I'll just get them. I just really need a pair of jeans that are stretchy, so I just on a whim decided to get them. But when I brought them home, it became obvious to me pretty quickly that the whiskering was not what I wanted, and of course the skinny leg was not what I wanted at all either. But at that point I had already worn them a few times, so I was committed to keeping them now. So it ended up being a fail pretty quickly, but I'm still gonna hold on to them and wear them for places like going camping or doing yard work, so I'll still get to wear them until they fall apart, hopefully. And the lesson that I learned here is something that I should have known already, and that was that skinny jeans are just not for me anymore. And I also don't like a lot of extra whiskering and distressing on my jeans. I really just like a wash that's like pretty basic without a lot of extra details on it. And again, the bonus lesson was just to stop being so desperate to fill a hole in my closet and just to wait until the right piece kind of comes along on its own, kind of, or by accident, because when you feel really desperate, you're just really quick to make a purchase, and a lot of the times it ends up being not right at all. So this next mistake purchase kind of hurts me to talk about because I just bought this year, and that was this pair of Levi straight leg jeans that I really thought were gonna be the perfect pair, and on paper they did look perfect. I bought them secondhand on Poshmark, and I was trying to buy a size down from the ones I had because they were a little bit baggy, but unfortunately I just could not break these in at all. I tried for a few weeks to wear them around the house, and it was really a pain to squeeze myself into them, but I kept thinking, okay, they'll break in soon, they'll break in soon. But you know, then one day it just dawned on me these are just not gonna work. I don't need to squeeze myself into these and feel uncomfortable for fashion. That's just not something I need to do. I should have came to that realization earlier, honestly. I really thought that maybe they'll just break in, but it was just not meant to be, unfortunately. So I have them listed for sale on my Poshmark account. Hopefully I can resell them and get some money back that I spent on them. I'll link my Poshmark Closet down below if you want to take a look. But the lesson here, of course, is if something doesn't fit, it's okay to move on. Even if you wasted some money on it, you know, there's no need to feel uncomfortable in our clothes. And that's just something that I think we need to hear over and over again sometimes before it really sinks in. And the last piece that I kind of regret purchasing is something I bought this year also, and I'm kind of on the fence about it. It's kind of a maybe still, and that's this blouse. I got it from Goodwill a few months back, and I wasn't looking for a blouse like this, but I was thrifting clothes for my kids and I saw it there, and it's made well and it's 100% cotton and like the boxy style that I like, so I was like, oh yeah, this looks good, I'm gonna grab it. And it is super cute, but I just don't know if it's for me. It has like these ties that you're supposed to tie into like a knot. I don't like that style at all. I've been styling it kind of just tucked in all the way, but I'm just really not sure if it's my style. I actually haven't even worn it outside the house this year. Of course, not a lot of us have been out that much, so I'm gonna still hang on to it and just see if I end up wearing it or reaching for it at all. If not, then probably next year I'll just resell it on Poshmark or my local consignment store. And the lesson learned here is that impulse purchases are always gonna be tricky like that. If it's not something that you plan to buy, if it wasn't on your wish list, then there's a good chance that it's going to be a purchase that is not going to work. Sometimes it does work out and that's great, but a lot of the times those purchases are going to end up being a mistake. At least I only spent $8 on this top, and I'm pretty sure I can get that money back. But yeah, still a lesson even for me to learn that just because something looks cute and is good quality doesn't really mean that you need it. But the bonus takeaway from this whole video is that if you shop secondhand, then your mistake purchases are going to be less painful because you didn't spend as much money on them and it wasn't a new purchase, so those resources weren't wasted. And number 3 is that you can probably resell it and get that money back, so that's a much better way to shop just overall. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up down below. And I would love to hear, how has your year been going with shopping, and if you've been shopping a little bit more than usual, and just have you been coping with this hard year that we've all had. Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.